Alright everyone, we're watching a reaction video for Marvel's Inhumans, which is, if, if you're not too familiar with if you're not too familiar with Marvel's Inhumans or the Inhumans in general, in the comic books they are a subspecies of human that predate the mutants, and they have mutations. They're basically like the ancestors of what become mutants. And but in the TV show, they're a little bit different. Or in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they're a little different because there are no mutants. So they're basically like a placeholder for mutants. Like they're basically an excuse to have people with powers. But they're given their powers because aliens experimented on humans like eons ago during like the caveman days and stuff. And so there's like certain humans that have like a genetic markers that allow them to become inhumans when they're exposed to this gas called the Terrigen mist. I guess that's more of a myth, I guess. And if you have and the genetic markers are right, and you become an inhuman, you get like a random superpower. But if the genetic markers are not right, you just die. So it's basically like a very high risk type of thing because it's pretty hard to know if you're going to be inhuman. I don't think there's actually any. Well, they might have came out with a test or something in the show. I'm not sure. Inhumans first appeared in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And they've become a pretty ongoing big part of the series as we went to season 3 and 4. So, yeah, this doesn't focus on any of the Inhumans from the show. I don't think. I think it's mostly the ones from the comic books, like the original Inhumans cast, like Medusa, who she has like she has hair that can like grab people. It's pretty crazy. She basically has living hair. You got Black Bolt, who can whenever he talks, he can shoot like sonic waves that are like incredibly destructive. There's another guy who's like a martial artist guy who has like superpowered martial artist abilities or something. There's also like a really strong guy, and there's a guy, I forget his name, but he's like a fish person that can breathe underwater and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see how many of those characters they're going to bring into this show and how they're going to translate them. Because most of the Inhumans from the original Marvel series, Marvel comic book series, are very like high fantasy kind of characters. It's going to be hard to translate them. I feel like it would be hard. And there's also a dog. There's also a dog that has like a big thing on its forehead, and it can like teleport around. It can travel through time and space. So it's going to be interesting to see how they work all this in. But let's just get to the trailer, guys.
Sooner or later, the humans are going to find us up here.
So they are on the moon, okay.
This day was coming.
Is that where we're going to be leading into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4? If you guys that saw the finale, you know what I'm talking about.
Are we supposed to follow our king and remain silent here?
They have a pretty small empire, looks like. If that's all of them.
We need to go to Earth now. We've been hiding here too long. Let's go to our rightful home.
Nice.
If we were on Earth, we would have had more.
Oh no, they have a lot of people actually. Oh, so there's some kind of there's gonna be a rebellion.
You're talking about treason.
That's gotta be Black Bolt. He didn't talk yet.
Right or wrong, he's dangerous. What I'm talking about is freedom. Freedom for all Inhumans. Are you going to use your voice? You killed your only brother.
Nice. Oh, there's a dog! There's a teleporting dog! Interesting.
We will not let anyone or anything stop us.
It definitely looks different. Oh, there's that martial arts guy.
Nothing can keep us from being free.
Oh, he's gonna use his powers. Okay, so the guy that's supposed to be the king, he's Black Bolt, which he in the comic books he's really, really powerful, but all his power comes from his voice, so he can't really talk. Like anytime he opens his mouth and makes a sound, he can like have the possibility to destroy like a city or something. He's supposed to be that powerful. Now obviously they're gonna tone him down probably a little bit, but it's interesting, and it's weird to have like a main character who doesn't talk. Hopefully they can find a way for him to like talk through somebody or something, because it's gonna be really weird to have a main character who never speaks. In a show, in a comic book, it's not that big of a deal, but in the show, it's a different kind of media. I feel like he needs to be able to talk in some form or fashion. It looks okay. Honestly, like they kept talking about IMAX and stuff, but the production values look kind of weak to me. Like it looks, I don't know. It looks like something you would see on Sci-Fi Channel or something. Not something you would, not something you would see like on, I don't know. It doesn't look like it's the same quality as like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Daredevil or something like that. But it looks good. It looks interesting. I don't know, like just the sets and the costume design looked really weak to me. Hopefully that's not going to be a big issue. It's really too early to tell if it's going to be like a successful show or not. But and I was kind of hoping to see at least some characters from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something that would blend in, but I guess they didn't. I am curious to know if for anybody that watched the end of season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you noticed that they were like looking at the moon or looking at the Earth or something. They were like in outer space, basically. So I'm curious to see if they're going to be like trying to invade Inhuman homeworld, or are the Inhumans abducted them, or it's got to have something to do with Inhumans, obviously, since they were in space at the end of the season. But yeah, that's my reaction to Inhumans. It was pretty cool. Still don't know where my excitement lies in this show. It was cool just to see Black Bolt kind of getting more and more pushed to his limits. That was cool. Like see him on the run in the human world. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, and adios.